YouTube, the final frontier. These are the live streams of the channel Captain McKay Random. Its continuing mission? To explore strange new action figures, to seek out new hobbies and new conversations, to boldly stream where no one has streamed before. What a weekend it's been, huh? San Diego Comic-Con 2019 came and went. I don't think anybody was really that disappointed with how that went. I know I wasn't. Got people already chiming in. Some of the regulars rolling in. CGP Productions has just shortened his name. That's good, because that's a lot easier for me to say, and I'm just being very selfish. Reunion starring Rob Van Dam. Yeah, I actually only saw the end of the Raw reunion, I guess, where Stone Cold came out and did his promo. I was like, man, Stone Cold, still awesome. Kaimo Films, Burnout Inc., what's up? Burnout Inc., I listened to episode 2 of Crap. I enjoyed it. Being that I'm not a huge gamer, I was interested to hear your list about top 10 Xbox 360 games, so those of you interested in that, check out his list. It's a pretty solid opinion, in my view. There's a few on there that I would probably pick too. PS3, I guess, would be more of what I'd be familiar with, but Mortal Kombat 9, Arkham City, good stuff on there. Let's see, we got both Logans in the chat, very nice. Kaimo Films, Green Lighting Animations, what's up? Zekeverse, what's happening? Oh yes, Bash, currently smashing crab legs and working on my second PBR Tallboy right now. Very nice. Awesome. Man, I haven't actually gotten any PBR Tallboys in a while. I've been, I don't know if you would say regressing, but I don't know, Miller Lite's been treating me okay lately. It's just simple, something to sip on while I'm, messing around with some video work or whatever it is I'm doing, which I have been doing actually a little bit more the past couple of weeks with some video animating stuff. Those of you who follow me on Instagram would have already seen these, but I posted a little teasers here that we'll pull up right now. We got, let me set this to cut first. All right, we got yeah, that's right. Look at that. I dig it. This little Scorpion coming into action. But he can't be going in alone, right? So we got Sub-Zero coming in. Hopefully this isn't like lagging and jumping all over the place, because I know like doing this live has a tendency to like drop some frames, but I hope it looks okay. Big project in mind. Stay tuned to Instagram for more little teasers, I guess. Let's see. Data Links Magnus, what's up? Burnout Inc. I'll be sure to check my DMs. Let's see. Good Lord, that animation is amazing. Zombie, thank you. Speaking of amazing, finally corrected a problem that I've had for a long time. And there was a $5 eBay coupon, so I was able to do it. But I finally picked up that GPS lot Magneto cape. And I was messing with it a little bit. It's really, really nice. I have to, like you can see my Magneto, I still have like those big shoulder blade pieces and the big like backpack thing on. So yeah, I just got to like do something about that and try and make it so that I can, make it a little bit more streamlined, I guess is the word. I know you could just hot glue it to the figure like right around his little metal collar thing, and I might do that. But then again, I might see how it looks on the Marvel Legends one, so who knows. Either way, I'm just happy to have it. Happy to have an option, and Magneto looks nice again, where he's not just floating around with no cape, and he doesn't have that big bulky Reveltech one on. So let's see, what do we got here? Some people a little laggy, but okay. Well, hopefully people check out the Instagram where it's uploaded to, regular quality. Logan Cirillo, we got to see a 2019 updated collection video. If that's what the what would I even call this? The Captain's Log universe. If that's what they want, that's something I should do. I really got to organize first before I can actually show it, because those of you who've seen what the lab looks like beyond just, this, it's not nice. It's like there's stuff all on the floor over here and over here. I got a big bin full of stuff with figures on it that we can talk about in a little while. Zombie, I just ripped mine off and super glued the damn thing. He has a Marvel Legends Magneto one also. Oh, see, I didn't know about that, so I'm going to have to go buy another cape. Damn. Yeah, Zombie, though, you're right. It is awesome. Bash, I want a Robin Shu Liu Kang figure. I mean, I would be on board with any Liu Kang at this point. Storm Collectibles got to step it up. Liu Kang, they're like the only franchise figure company that's making all these awesome figures, but they haven't made any of the main characters from Mortal Kombat, which is, I think, probably their second biggest line behind Street Fighter. So, like, I mean, I guess Scorpion is, like, the face of the franchise, basically, but you got no Liu Kang, no Sonya, no Johnny Cage, no Raiden. Like, are those not your main, like, characters? But if we're going movie characters, I need Shang Tsung from the first movie, especially now that he's in the MK11 game. Oh, dude, yeah, get on my shelf. Speaking of on my shelf, had a little bit of time to mess with this. This is the Marvel Legends Gambit, the X-Men Wave one from Caliban Wave, I think. But you'll notice I put the cloth coat on him. I was able to do an arm swap. So, yeah, underneath the coat, you'll see, it's just regular black arms from, what's this guy's name? Brother Voodoo. I switched them out underneath I just popped them off and plugged the new ones on. So he still technically has, like, the coat shoulders. But you don't see that with the Toy Biz coat on, which is awesome because now it enables me to, like, make use of his leg articulation and it's not held back by a big stupid plastic coat. So I'm a lot happier with this Gambit figure now. This is actually something I got from Punker Mike on YouTube. He had a mod video that he showed that he had made, and he went a lot farther with it than I did. So check that out if it's something you're interested in. Kaimo Films, currently animating while listening. Live streams and podcasts are great while animating. Oh yeah, that's where I listen to most of my, like, Something to Wrestle. I've been listening to a lot more of Grilling JR lately. That's really good too. Just I'll watch, like, Let's Plays here and there because I can kind of tune out because if I know what the game is, I can envision what's going on. Let's see. Bash said Sid backed out of Raw this week. Softball season. I don't know why they would expect any different. That Raw reunion, though, was that actually, like, worth watching? Because if so, I'll go out of my way to check it out. Captain's Crew, K for Mortal Kombat. Zombie got a Gambit trench coat from him as well. That's awesome. You see, I thought about trying to run a wire through the one I have now, but if it's worth getting the new one, yeah, I get paid in a couple of days. Let me go browse his eBay store. The Toy Biz cloth coats and capes are always great. Yeah, and for the most part, mine have actually, like, held up pretty well, too. Like, the Gambit coat has a little bit of, like, threads and stuff, but that doesn't bother me because the coat's still intact, and if I wanted to think too hard about it, I could just be like, oh, he's been in a lot of fights. He's a thief. He, probably happens like that. But yeah, I had, like, the Thomas Jane Punisher with the cloth coat, and that's cool. Like, I wish I got the Beast with the lab coat, actually, from that X-Men box set, because I would use that coat on my, the new Beast that just came out. Let's see. Logan asks, can we talk about Comic-Con? Oh, yes, we can. Kaimo Films got the SHMA Godzilla Earth figure. Really great figure. Nice. Yeah, see, I've commented. I got the first anime Godzilla, and I do like it, but the paint on the newer version, the one you just got, is, like, a lot cooler. So I just couldn't justify buying the second one after I've already just bought the first one. I was like, maybe, but not right now. Machine Dragon Nero, what's up? Zombie pre-ordered both X-Men box sets. Let's get right into it. Zombie's talking about some X-Men figures. He's got to be talking about these box sets. First and foremost, that's right, brand new. Got Jean Grey, Cyclops, and Wolverine straight from the 90s. You'll see Cyclops has unmasked head sculpts, which are definitely awesome. He's got the coat on over his standard 90s blue team gear. Jean Grey's got the two extra heads, like the one with the ponytail from the cartoon, and then the more comic book accurate, like, flowing hair version. But the Wolverine is really catching my eye because he's got the battle damaged head. He's got the unmasked head and the mask pulled back. and the bone claws. This is the first time we're ever getting bone claws in Marvel Legends, so I am super hype. And speaking of hype, here we are looking at it out of the package here. So you see Cyclops with the extra head on, and he actually has a fist, so he doesn't have to constantly be pointing, which is going to be, it's going to really come in handy for like pretty much every Cyclops figure with yellow. So I'm on board. And the second X-Men box set, I'm assuming Havoc and Polaris, 90s versions. Excited to get them. I'm definitely, man, their X-Men display that they showed at Comic-Con, because I was watching the panel live. Toy Migos was doing a live stream of it from when they were actually showing it. Man, like I was like so excited to sit there and just watch my phone for that whole panel. HBO is producing a new Game of Thrones level show called His Dark Materials, a more faithful retelling of the Golden Compass. Know anything about it or excited? I don't know anything about the Golden Compass aside from it was a movie and there were toys, I think, and that's it. That's all I got. I mean, if it's good, I'd be interested to check it out. X-Men Legends 3-pack. It's a must-buy for me. Kelly won the 24/7 title. Oh my god. Okay. Let's see. Zombie says, I was hoping for a new Pyro, Avalanche, or Blob, but that Strong Guy Build-A-Figure excites me. Oh, he's got to be talking about Strong Guy. This guy right here. It's going to be a Build-A-Figure. I don't know exactly. Like, they didn't really give, like, case assortments or I guess, whatever you want to call it, like, case breakdowns or anything like that. So I don't know what series he's in. We might as well show the rest here, too. We got Deathlock from his time in X-Force. Matches like the X-Force Wolverine that just came out and the X-23 and the Deadpool that are in the gray and black. We got basically what amounts to a Walgreens exclusive 3-pack with like Danny Moonstar, which they showed a long time ago, as well as I believe Wolfsbane and I can't remember this girl's name off the top of my head. I had it written down too. Oh well, unprepared. But then they started breaking into Age of Apocalypse. You're getting Morph from Age of Apocalypse, not the animated series Morph, but I'm sure if people cry out for that, it'll happen. You're getting Weapon X, which is, you know, basically what Wolverine was known as in the Age of Apocalypse, and I love that face sculpt. I mean, he's got big wild hair, but hey, I'll take it. It's accurate. And lastly, we got X-Man, aka Nate Gray. This is basically Cable from Age of Apocalypse. What I really hope to see at some point down the road is them do like a few more characters and then have Apocalypse as a Build-A-Figure from Age of Apocalypse. So tight. That would be so tight. That Wolverine from the 3-pack must take place after Mags ripped out his adamantium. You could actually have him like be battle damaged and everything too, which looks really cool. And I did actually just... it must have been when I saw your post on Instagram, Burnout Inc., about Rutger Hauer. And I was like, wow, I guess I didn't realize that he was as old as he was. For some reason, I just thought, like, he was just around, you know, the more I thought about it, he was around a while. So I'm like, well, I guess it makes sense. But, yeah, I didn't expect to see that today. How about that Mafex Dark Knight Returns Black and Gray Batman? It looks just like a buffer Hush Batman. Kaimo Films, yeah, that looks really cool. And honestly, for the price, I think it's like 90-something bucks. I was like, well, I could sell the Mezco one and buy like 2 of that figure, but I still kind of like the Mezco one, so I might just hold on to those. I don't know. That said, the Mafex does look great. And I don't have a picture of it here, but the Mafex Spider-Man that's done with the comic book deco, you know what? I'm going to cheat. I'm going to pull it up on my phone. Yeah, that Mafex Spider-Man, it looks amazing with the comic book deco. Spider-Man. Boom, go. Let's see if this actually comes up. So I know we're used to the new, the more recent Mafex Spider-Man that's already out. Why is it showing me? There we go. Let's see. If this takes too long, I won't bother with... Yeah, alright, it's taking too long, so nobody wants to watch me cycle through my phone on a stream. But basically, yeah, it's the same figure as already out, except it's done to mimic the comic book art, so there's a lot of really heavy shading on it, and, like, the blues really pop against the black and red, and, like, it looks awesome. I think they got me with that one. Machine Dragon Nero says, I heard there would be a Fire Godzilla from NECA. I would love a Wolfsbane. Yeah, that one I just showed, wherever it is right here. This Wolfsbane and Moonstar and this other lady whose name I'm forgetting. It's a Walgreens exclusive. So basically you got to buy 3 to make all 3 characters. But that said, I would like a more 90s Wolfsbane to go with like the 90s X Factor that it seems like they're doing. But yeah. Let's see. Logan says, I'm pretty sure I'm the only person who collects Marvel Deadpool action figures like Cable and Domino and the rest of those 2 sets they made. I mean, I got them, but honestly, like, it's not because I'm in love with like the Deadpool character, but it's because it's a lot of cool X-Men characters that I probably wouldn't get otherwise. Bash says, how was Lion King? See it yet? I haven't, actually. I heard it was pretty identical to like the original cartoon. Like, I don't know if they added music or if they did much to it. So I don't know. I didn't actually check it out. Like, after Aladdin and how much I actually enjoyed it, like how much more I thought I was going to enjoy, or I should say how I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to, I would give Lion King a shot, but Lion King just doesn't look as interesting to me as Aladdin because it looks like they're just doing the same thing with CG, like when they tried to do Beauty and the Beast, and it was like, I don't know. Let's see. The Mafex Comic Spidey is the first Mafex figure I've wanted in 3 years. Pat Patterson and Gerald Briscoe won the 24/7 title on Raw. So they just don't care about that belt. Okay. The problem with waiting to buy action figures is that you'll pay at least twice as much in a matter of months. Kaimo, yeah, you're absolutely right. Speaking of, actually, while we're on the subject, Kaimo, I saw the NECA 54 poster version of Godzilla today, and it looks kind of cool. I would like to go back and get it after I get paid on Friday. It's basically the 54 Godzilla with a red beam attack or an orange beam attack. But the way they painted it, I'm like, you got me. I want it. Let's see. Am I the only one who didn't realize Walgreens sold enough toys to get an exclusive figure? I gotta say I was surprised too when I first learned that. I'm like, what do people mean? Like, this is like a CVS, right? Like, imagine, like CVS exclusive figures. I mean, the CVS up the road from me still has a Ruthless Aggression style Bradshaw figure from Jax, so, I guess they're doing all right. Let's see. What app do I use for putting clips together for JWF? It's not an app. It's just my video editing program, Final Cut. I basically do all my animating. Well, now I do all my animating in Dragon Frame, but for the longest time, I've just used Final Cut for everything. And I still use Final Cut for all my editing now. I just use Dragon Frame for the photography part of it. Let's see. What did I miss here? I think they took out some scenes. Oh, and Lion King? Alright, I'm not sure. I gotta check it out. Maybe. I don't want to pay for it, but I'll wait. Let's see, Harry Flynn. What else we got here? I was able to, thanks to a friend of mine named Cheney180 from the Toy Migos They're Not Dolls podcast. He was able to pick me up a couple of things. So, coming my way, that's right, we're going to have Guile. Street Fighter 2 Ultra, the blue version, which is the con exclusive. I really like it. And there he goes kicking Sagat, so I'm excited. Really love the colors on that figure. And I also got Sagat coming, except it's going to be the white variant here with the white gear on. I'm hyped, man. Like, I love Storm. They also did a version of Cammy that's a con exclusive. So I've shown basically this figure, except it's like the blue and black version instead of the green and red. So I like this one, but I think I'm going to hold out for the blue and black version, just the standard one. And they definitely paid attention to detail with Cammy, as you'll notice here. Yeah, before I get flagged for content, we're going to switch off of that. But yeah, I'm going to go for the standard version of Cammy. But Guile and Sagat, I had to get the variant colors. I love how they look. Let's see, but Harry Flynn asks about WWE figures. And honestly, when I was setting up the stream, I was trying to get all the WWE figures in here so that I can actually like talk about them. And I just wasn't able to do that, unfortunately. So let me see if I can maybe drop a few in right now. We got, let's see, I'll get at least a couple because there's a few that are too good to not talk about. Yeah. We'll go with these two. So now that I'm switching this up and this, yeah, okay, there's a lot. This is going to be a lot of clicking for the next minute or two because I got put this one in here just so I can get this set up and we can talk about it all. There we go. Okay, that should be good enough. Take a look at the old, let's see, ranks open on Christmas Eve, and I think Christmas too, so it makes sense for them to want figures. See, I didn't know that, but that does make a lot of sense. There comes Hellhammer. Data Link's Magnus was shocked about Walgreens too, but they did have the Fantastic Four. Yeah, that's funny. It's like they'll get like main event level talent for their exclusives. So like the only Fantastic Four Marvel Legends released in the past probably 3 or 4 years have just been Walgreens exclusives, which insane. Like Mystique was a Walgreens exclusive, Magic, like a couple X-Men characters. There's an Emma Frost coming out. How do I get Final Cut? It says CGP Productions. I have my own pic fed, want it to be the best I can make it. Well, you don't need Final Cut for a picture federation because that's video editing software. So if you're probably thinking you want more like Photoshop or something. Yes, Bash. Definitely, they paid attention. Burnout Inc., thanks. Oh, congrats on getting those Storm exclusives. Yeah, thanks, man. I'm hyped. And Storm also, as I just saw somebody mentioned, what did they say? Zombie, there he is. 3 new Storm Hogans came out also. Yeah, there's the red and yellow classic, like 80s Hogan. And then there's like the American-made blue and white one. And one more that I'm forgetting off the top of my head. But they look good. I might actually go for the classic yellow one. I haven't decided yet. Zekeverse, appreciated you liking my video on Instagram. Thanks, yeah. Oh, okay. I just liked one not like within the last hour, so I'm guessing that must have been you. Nice. All right. WWE Ghostbusters are beautiful till Kurt Hawkins tweeted he's never even seen the damn movie. You see, you gotta see the movie. Everybody should at least see the movie, in my opinion. Like, I think it's a good... Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going through, and I was trying to change the audio on some of these pictures. But yeah, here's Vince, classic Vince, looking as only he can, I guess. But I don't know if there's a Build-A-Figure or what. But either way, that looks pretty cool. Moving on here. That's right, we got a 90s Big Show coming out. Finally, I'm really excited about this because I think the only Big Show I have is like the one with the green camo gear, and he's like bald and he's got his hat and everything. So yeah, this is cool. This is like Survivor Series 99, I believe, maybe. Whenever he won the title, I can't remember. Next up, oh yeah, you know we got Viscera, and you know in particular what I'm looking at on this figure are those extra hands. They need to bend the thumb in, and then re-release a Vader figure with those hands so it can be Vader time all the time. That's what I think. But Viscera definitely looks awesome. Here we go. We got China. At long last, they're making a China figure, and if this is the only one we get, I ain't mad at it because it honestly looks really good. So, bring it on. I'm ready. Going to the X-Men for a second. And now there's the Anvil. Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Looks like an elite figure from his late 90s gear from like his Heart Foundation, which, hey, that's what we need. I'm happy to be able to get that. They have no, that's Moonstar again. Damn, why is this is what happens when I overload it with too many pictures. That's Strong Guy. Here we go. That's right. We got a Brood Christian coming. And this, hopefully, I mean, first of all, this is awesome. But hopefully this means that we're also going to finally get that Gangrel figure that we've all wanted for a long time. And by we, I mean like me and Bash and Matt Goldberg, and that's pretty much it. But I'll buy it. There's Deathlock again because I don't know how to operate my software. Here's the Ultimate Edition HBK figure from Survivor Series 97, one of the most important historical moments in pro wrestling history. Now, I'm not big on this render for the face. I'm guessing that it's an Ultimate Edition figure, so it'll probably come with like 3 or 4 different faces, which honestly, like it should for the price it's going to be. So I'm guessing more hands and everything too. And while we're at it, let's take a look at these here. This one here. Damn it, this is being difficult. All right, well, I was going to show. There's 2 more Shawn Michaels figures coming out, but they're basics. But they look awesome. And granted, I don't even collect many basics, but I got to let Hellhammer out. They really made a good job with the gear they put on them. Are you all done? Interrupting the stream now? It's Wednesday. You know what I do in here. All right, let's get some comments because I was trying to talk over all that before. The all-white Hogan with a red Hulkamania shirt. Thank you. Let's see. Joe says, it would be cool if WWE released a movie on Kane and Undertaker's backstory. Well, if you've ever read Kane's book, you might not want that movie, is all I'm saying. Show looks good. Yes, Bash. Christian makes me thirst for a Gangrel. Yeah, me too. 97 Anvil took way too long to get. Yeah, because, they've had 97 Pillman and Bulldog, way back in the Legends line. And, Brett, obviously. I think that's Royal Rumble 99 China. That fits the time frame. I was wondering, because if you look at her, she's not quite, as OSW review would put it, she's not quite, after the plastic surgery, weird cat lady China. She still looks and resembles, how she always did prior to, all the surgery, but you can tell she's on her way. As nice as I can say it, I suppose. But yeah, look at this Christian one more time. That's HBK. Never mind, that's not Christian. Where is Christian? There we go. Now we're talking. I like that he comes with a goblet too. So I'm hoping they can just repurpose that, get us a Gangrel, give him a goblet. See, the problem is that I have to switch my audio channel on all these because when you drop them in, it doesn't just work. So, yeah, here you go. That's Anvil again. This is a ringside exclusive Kane figure with an alternate Undertaker head from when he disguised himself as Kane those couple of times that he used to do back in the day. Which, honestly, it's kind of awesome. I want it. I definitely want to make sure I pick it up. But yeah, those are the ones that caught my eye the most. There's also a new Booker T figure that I don't have a picture of handy, but it's there's HBK again. Okay, cool. There's God, what else? Patterson and Briscoe are getting figures. There's a lot of other things. Burnout Inc. says, good thing I don't have my nudes in this folder. Yeah, thankfully, those are not on my desktop. Those are, in no place where I can be hacked. That's all we need is another fappening starring Captain McKay. That said, Polaroids are still a thing. Canadian flag humping Sean. Yep, that's it. Joe said, what happened in the book? Was it a turd? Well, the book is for sure the turd. It's they wrote it in kayfabe at the time, where his name is really just Kane. It's Glenn Kane, I think is his name, and he the book is about this weird deformed monster kid who's watching Undertaker on TV, and then if he figures out that Paul Bearer is actually his dad, and he's secretly plotting to go beat up the Undertaker, and all this. It's so ridiculous. It's all just, it's point of view from kayfabe Kane, and it's just a wreck. It's worth checking out. China is from 97, 98. I don't know, because she looks 97, 98. She was a little bit more of a beast. So I don't know. ARW stop motion. When am I going to do JWF again? It's going to be a while. I'm working on that big Mortal Kombat thing I showed, and I've also want to do another Godzilla thing. There's people that ask me every day when the sequel to Aftermath is coming. I want to do it. I just need to find the time. Burnout Inc. says, we need an Ultimate Edition Undertaker. Yeah, I agree. I have too much time to think about this stuff, but I thought it would be sweet because they all come with interchangeable parts. Give them the long coat and then the sleeves they gave Brett, where you can pop them off and put regular arms on. But give him swap out gloves too. So when you have the coat on, he can have his gray gloves or his purple gloves, and then you could do the same thing with his gray and purple gloves on his regular arms, and then you could do kind of a shorter, frizzier red hair or the longer black hair, depending on how you want him to look. That'd be sick because you could basically get 2 Undertaker figures in one for that. I think it'd be awesome. Zombie with hip thrusting action. Yep, Shawn Michaels. I remember, Bash, I just heard that. Pritchard said that Sick Boy from WCW was supposed to play Katie Vick's brother, but he sucked. And, I mean, I don't know why anybody thought that that story was going to go anywhere, but, yeah. Oh, and you better believe that Katie Vick is a part of that book also. They talk about that. WrestleMania 14 Ultimate Undertaker would be sweet. Yeah, definitely. Especially if they gave him, like, his big collared entrance thing and, like, a couple different faces. Like, I can't remember if he had his teardrop thing at Mania 14. I don't remember off the top of my head. But give him, like, fists and choke slam hands and, like, for when he's posing on the ropes and, like, yeah. Just give me that. Let's see. You Can Call Me Riot. Did you see that Storm Collectibles Tyson? Not a big boxing fan, but it looks amazing. It really does. And they have a Muhammad Ali, too. But there's, I think, 2 versions of Tyson. There's, like, a modern with his big tattoo and he's bald. And then there's, like, an 80s version with the hair and, like, he doesn't have any of his, like, face tattoo or anything. They both look cool. I don't know how well that would fit in with, like, wrestling figures, because I know I've seen some people, they want to get it and put, like, a DX shirt on it and have him be, like, in their display. I don't know if Storm, like, scaled that figure to be with wrestling. Like, Hulk Hogan, you might even be able to see him on the shelf. Like, he's scaled to be pretty much the same size as a Mattel Hulk Hogan, so he works. But I don't know about, what do you call it, Tyson. Let's see. Kaimo says, what did I think of the NECA 64 and 84 resculpt? I got to get a better look at the 84 resculpt, because when I heard they were re-releasing it, I'm just like, why? I skipped it the first time. I'm going to skip it now. But if it actually looks better, I'll pick it up, because the 84 design looks, I really like it. But the 64, it's okay. I don't hate it, but to me, like, it doesn't really look like the 64 suit. It looks more like one of the 70s ones, just with, like, if they had painted the face different, it would have been, like, almost like a Mechagodzilla-ish looking era. So it's, I don't know. What I really did like, though, was their Fire Godzilla, the 2019 one. I thought that looked really awesome. Let's see. I don't know if Pritchard ever said whose idea that angle was, because that was long after Russo was around, so that would have had to come, like, straight from, like, Vince himself. Zombie says, honestly, that's one of the only times I've changed the channels during that damn funeral parlor. Yeah, they don't like to talk about that, do they? Let's see. Cap, see all the new N64 HD connection devices out now? No. HD connection devices? What's that do? Like, is that just for, like, up-resing? Is it basically like the, what do they call that? The extra pack that you put in the front of the N64 and supposedly the games look better? I'm curious, though. I mean, I got a 64 out there, so if anything's going to make it look better on my big TV, like, let's do it. Burnout Inc., the boxing figures are the same scale as the other Storm figures. In that case, bring on a Balrog, am I right? Let's see. I already have the SH Monster Art 64, so I won't get it. But that Fire Godzilla looks pretty good. Yeah, I agree. And I don't know that Monster Arts would... I mean, they would do it, but, like, it's almost a big ask trying to get people to buy a repaint of a figure that they just bought. It's like when they did that... When they did the Comic-Con Godzilla, the orange one, whatever it was, the Meltdown one, whatever they called it, like, it's cool, and it's a Comic-Con exclusive, but... you know, it's not something that I think a lot of people were going to go for. Now, Burning Godzilla, people went and bought the repaint just because that's meant to be a different version of Godzilla. And plus, that was a new mold at the time. So, you know, I got that. But let's see. How did I get the name Captain McKay random? Well, God, where did it start? It started with my name, Mike, being mispronounced. So, like, if you read it phonetically the wrong way, like if you made it like short vowel sounds and like put an accent on the E, you got McKay. And then I just spelt it phonetically. And then the Captain thing came later from one of my friend's dads, just called me Captain McKay one day. And the random is not a part of my name, it's just the channel, because This channel was originally just meant to be a lot of different stuff, and now it still kind of fits because it's a bunch of different animation and stuff. But yeah, basically. Let's see. Several devices released recently to convert N64 audio and video to HD. I'm gonna have to look into that. One of the things I want to get is a like an adapter for my camera, so that way I don't have to keep charging the battery. Like I've been in the middle of shooting a couple different things and then have the battery die, and I'm like, like I gotta get around this somehow. So I gotta get on Amazon and get that. But if they got like an N64 like up-res kit, I'm just thinking of all the No Mercy I can play again. Several devices. Oh, okay, I just read. Let's see. CGP says the Undertaker figure should be from his fake retirement at Mania 33. Didn't they do that already? It wasn't an Ultimate figure, but it was like the Undertaker where he had just his plain hands because he left his gloves off, and like I feel like that was a recent figure they did. Can't wait for the 2-pack Elites. Who are those again? I can't think of them off the top of my head. I did see that they're redoing Diesel though, like a regular Diesel, not like a mullet Diesel. So I'll probably pick that up. That looks cool. Machine Dragon Nero. Let's check out the stream early. See you next week. All right, man. Catch you next time. That hasn't stopped Bandai from reissuing and re-releasing figures before. Yeah, that's true. If they can make money on a repaint, they'll find a way. Especially like after the first one gets expensive, like when they did Mothra and Batra again. Like I considered buying Mothra again just because I wanted the Larva figure. But sadly, was not to be. The fact Mattel is making China is still crazy to me. Yeah, I mean, at this point, Mattel can't surprise me anymore with who they make. Like, China was not one of those people I ever expected to see like on an official WWE product ever again. And yet, here comes Mattel. Brand new Elite China figure. And watch, they're going to make it a, like an entrance grate or something so they can get like 10 extra bucks out of it like they did with the first Kurt Angle. But, yeah, man, I don't know. Who else? Like who haven't they made? Like Jeff Jarrett, they'll probably get around to making him at some point. Like Scott Steiner is like the only guy they haven't made yet. Which, when you think of it, that's not bad. How do I feel about Lesnar cash in? I hate Brock Lesnar, so anything he does, I just am not interested. Swig a beer for everybody except Brock Lesnar. Toast to everybody at the Captain's Reunion here, starring Rob Van Dam. What else we got here? Did get that new X-Men series. I showed Iceman last week. He was in the package. But yeah, finally got this bad boy, this X-Factor Cyclops. Very reminiscent of the very first Toy Biz Cyclops I ever had. The only thing he's missing is a big button on the back so that his eyes light up. But they did give you like these weird effect things that make it look like his eyes are like flaring out. The problem is both of his heads have those things. So he can never just be like standing around like he's just constantly always looking like he's about to blast somebody. Which, honestly, is part of the reason why I'm so excited that 3-pack comes with like regular heads with the sunglasses. Because I could just pop one of those on and be like, we're good money. That's awesome. I do like this other head that he comes with though. As I'm trying to switch it on camera and make a fool out of myself here on the internet. There we go. Like the expression is really cool on this one. Just a very unhappy man, especially when you can plug in his little optic beam there. Kind of a cool effect. I don't know. I like it. The simplicity of this Cyclops, I've always liked this costume. As much as I don't like modern Lesnar, I love the Brock Party stuff. It was nice seeing him act goofy. Was it reminiscent of like when he was making fun of Eddie Guerrero and he came out with a big sombrero and was like dancing around? Space Case says, hopefully we get Owen Hart. That's like the only person I can think of that is like still technically 100% off limits, but that's not even WWE's fault. Let's see. That was more than a swig. Yeah, you're right. Zombie says, we need Ludwig Borga and Quang. I mean, Savio. Give me a Savio Vega. Tyler Russell says, I'm sorry I'm late. I have a question, but I have to charge my phone, so this will be quick. And then his question is down here. Do I like Dragon Ball Z, or did I get any Dragon Ball Z toys? I got a bunch, yeah. The SH Figure Arts ones, and I watched the entire series of Dragon Ball Z, and I rather enjoyed it. Kirk Holland says, "Oh, he comes through. Yeah, okay. They haven't made Sabu, Raven, Candido, Taz, Owen Hart, probably others. Yeah, like Scott Steiner. That's the only one I can think of that was like a major like world champion. All the ECW guys you mentioned though, like there's an audience for that. Like I want a Lance Storm figure. Just give me my Lance Storm. I'll be happy. But Taz, I would love a Taz in his wrestling gear. And Raven, I guess I forget about Raven because I have the custom one, but I would definitely hop on with a real, like, legit Raven Elite figure. Sabu is involved in the concussion lawsuit. Oh, is he? I hope they decide to do Test. Actually, yeah, he was kind of an important part of the Attitude Era. Give me a Test and Albert 2-pack. That'd be something. Tajiri. Yeah, Tajiri would be cool. Especially, like, for some reason, I want them to make a like a William Regal in a suit from the Attitude Era and give, like, Tajiri, like, somebody to hang out with. I think that'd be awesome. Kaimo Films. My library only had season 1 of DBZ, which sucks. I'll have to buy the rest of the season. Not complaining. It's worth watching. I mean, I watched it on one of those websites where you can just stream, like, cartoons and everything else, and probably not the best way to do it because there's ads and sometimes the dubs are from different versions of the show, so you'll have different actors playing the characters every other episode. But yeah, it was cool. I mean, I love the show. I'm due to watch it again, actually. I'd like to actually check it out a little bit more streamlined this time. Speaking of streamlined, it's about time we got this damn figure. Storm, in her classic 90s costume. They did a great job of this one. I love the hair, how it's like wind flowing. The costume, like with the big puffy sleeves that she had, the shoulder pads and everything. What they don't do a good job with, though, is the cape. I took the cape off of mine because it's basically... Let me show you. If any of you got that Storm from the Jubilee Build-A-Figure series, I guess it's the same thing. But it's like... Like, what do you even do with this? You're just going to rip it if you leave it on, so don't even bother. I wonder if GPS Lot's going to do a cape for Storm, because I would buy it. But I love this figure. I'm so happy they finally made one. Have I seen One Punch Man? I have heard good things, but no, I haven't seen it. And Zombie says, did I hear Super 7 is doing New Japan Pro Wrestling figures? Super 7? Aren't they the ones doing, like, the He-Man Masters of the Universe figures? It'd be crazy to see New Japan wrestlers in that style. But honestly, the way to market those is you basically build them to scale. You don't have to do the exact same... Was this even Burnout Inc. was saying this, maybe? But you don't have to make the same exact, like, type of figure, like articulation schemes and everything like that. But if you make them to scale with Mattel, like WWE stuff, you're going to make a lot of money from people that want those Young Buck figures or those Kenny Omega figures or whatever. Like, they'll get them. Antonio Inoki, yes. There you go. Dean Malenko. They have made Dean Malenko. The Iceman, yeah. Trish and TNA Bash. There we go. Now we're thinking. That's the next 3-pack. Stop packing the Shield together as a 3-pack. How many Shield 3-packs do people need? No, people need Test, Albert, and Trish. Or Right to Censor 3-pack. We'll get like Steven Richards and Goodfather and... Well, it'd be like a 5-pack, I guess. Speaking of, yeah, there's one. They got like a bunch of Attitude Era guys they've never made. Steve Blackman, Val Venus. You know, a bunch of mid-card guys. Ken Darius Dupree, what's up? Let's see. Burnout Inc. Yeah, okay, so that was your video that I was watching where somebody said that. It would be smart to make it in scale with WWE Mattel figures. And Space Case, you're right. Yeah, there's Val Venus. Okay. I guess there's no point in me asking for your thoughts on the Batman Hush movie. I haven't seen it, but I plan to give it a shot in spite of knowing that I don't think I'll like it. And here's why. I've heard that they stray from the story, and the irony now I see is that I'm wearing this Batman Hush shirt based on the Jim Lee art. But I I heard they didn't really do it justice. And Hush is not like one of those. Well, I should say Hush is actually probably revered as one of those classic Batman stories now because it's been enough years and it's got like a whole ensemble of all the different characters involved and everything, and people love it, especially with Jim Lee's art and everything. Like you can't go wrong. So I don't know. If anybody's seen the movie, let me know. Is it good? Is it trash? Suckers gets to know. The Headbangers, yeah. Bash, I want to see Gotham by Gaslight, and I haven't yet. I can't remember the last animated Batman thing I watched. I wanted to see the Batman in TMNT one. I wanted to see Hush. Yeah, crap. There's a lot. There have been a few that have come out. I remember Assault on Arkham was really good. That wasn't necessarily a Batman one, but it was like a Suicide Squad one with Batman in it. That was really cool. The beauty of Attitude Era was that everyone was relevant. Yeah, for the most part, everybody on TV, like, you knew who they were, and you knew what they did the week before, and they all had kind of a motivation. Sometimes it was dumb, but, hey. One thing I am disappointed, though, that we didn't see from Mattel was a blue Ken Shamrock with the Intercontinental title. I thought for sure they would pump that out. Bash says, Batman Beyond Complete Collection announced for Blu-ray later this year, Return of the Joker included. Wow. That would be really cool. That's, Batman Beyond is one of those shows that I've never actually watched the whole way through. Like, I've seen a bunch of episodes, and I believe I've seen Return of the Joker, because I remember hearing that was really good, so I decided to check it out. But yeah, wow, I might actually have to, put money aside and pick that up. Let's see, Burnout Inc. says, oh, Joseph Miga, yeah, I did see that. We actually talked about it a little bit here, but it does look awesome. Remember they were working on a Gotham by Gaslight video game right before Arkham Asylum? I actually didn't know that until pretty recently, I want to say in the last year. But I've seen it's a lot of What Culture gaming videos, they'll show the old footage of it, I guess. It's the test footage of Batman with the big cloak and the long ears and everything, and he's kind of wandering around what looks like just London, but it's obviously just Gotham. But it's really cool looking, and I'm kind of curious to know if anything ever happened with that since, or if it's just kind of nah, we're just gonna do Arkham games instead. Yes, Blue Ken Shamrock was also expecting the Acolytes. That would be cool. I'm wondering, yeah, they never actually made proper Acolytes. They made the APA with, their shirts and jeans and everything, but they never wore them, made them in their gear with, just the black, wrestling gear with the pentagram things on the sides and, the little logos they had on their chest. Might be the only way to get me to buy a Bradshaw figure. So, I'll take it up. I love Batman Meets World. Yeah, Eric Matthews. It's funny, because friends of mine, they're married now, but when they were first dating, they went to a Comic-Con, and she didn't know as much about the superheroes and stuff as he did. So they go to the Batman panel, the animated series, but it was also featuring Batman Beyond, and so she's just sees Will Friedle come out. She's like, why is Eric Matthews on stage at a Batman panel? She had no idea, and then finds out that he's a part of this whole extra thing, and she's like, oh, that's awesome. Burnout Inc. says super long-eared Batman is an underrated look. Oh, yeah. Definitely. That's... For some reason, that aesthetic appeals to me, because I always think of the Nightfall covers, the issues that they had in the 90s, where, he was, all in the shadows, and he had, the really long spikes on his arms and the huge pointy ears. He looked just all creepy, and... Oh, it was amazing. How's Return of the Joker game for the Genesis, says Joseph Miga. That's a good question. I actually don't know. I don't have that one. I had... Was it Return of the Joker or Revenge of the Joker for, Game Boy or something? And that was okay for a Game Boy game. Gotham by Gaslight was actually really good. Nice. It adds to the fear factor, in my opinion. Makes Batman otherworldly. Yeah, that's the kind of thing you can get away with in comic books, too. You probably couldn't pull that off in a movie, but it looks awesome on a page. You Can Call Me Riot. Always thought long ear, pure white eye Batman was the coolest. Yeah, I I love that look for him. Let's see. Kaimo says, been listening to the King of the Monsters soundtrack lately, and anytime the original Toho themes play, it brings me to near tears. See, I didn't know that they were going to have the actual Toho like themes in the movie. So when they actually started playing in the theater, I'm like, hang on. They're doing it. They actually got the Godzilla music, the right stuff. That's awesome. Kaimo Films also says, I think long-eared Batman always has to duck down while going through doors. That was actually a problem they had in the 1989 movie. Like, they made the ears a little too long, and they had to give him a separate Batman cowl for the scenes with the Batmobile, because the regular cowl wouldn't fit in the Batmobile because it was like the top thing just kept clipping the ears. Hush is not worth buying, but his suit looks cool. You talking about the cartoon now, the movie? It took like 5 Batman movies until he was able to turn his head, which is insane. Like, I mean, I get as the audience, we're not supposed to realize that he can't turn his head because you're just supposed to watch the movie and be like, it's weird. But the more you think about it, like, how restrictive must that be for the actor in the costume to, first of all, probably not even be able to see much past here because he's got the little eye holes. But then also, you can't do this because then the whole mask is like messes with your face. So, I don't know. You just have to turn your whole upper body, I guess. Like, how do you do fight choreography in a thing like that? Candarius Dupree says, long-eared Batman is my way of drawing him. That's always been kind of what I like, too. I mean, I always liked, as a kid, drawing, like, the animated series styles because they were a little bit easier to translate to just pen and paper. But, yeah, I mean, I love the look of it now. They actually released a whole... It was like a 90s collection that DC re-released a couple of years ago. It was like the Kelly Jones, Doug Minch collection, I think. And it was all those stories that were drawn in that style where Batman is like super creepy looking and twisted, and it's awesome. Let's see. She does amazing covers of video game songs and Disney songs. I think I missed somebody here. I missed a... Well, somebody does. I missed who that was, but... Let's see. Keaton was actually afraid to be in the suit. Keaton said that if he turned his head, he would rip the cowl. Keaton as Batman is hilarious when he tells stories. There you go. All good things about Michael Keaton. But yeah, I remember it was an interview I read, I don't know, it was a couple of years ago now, but he said that he was a little claustrophobic in the suit, and so he used that to kind of fuel his bad mood, the bad mood that Batman's supposed to be in all the time. He was like, the best part about the suit, which was terrible, were the shoes, because, like, I guess Nike made him, like, some real good custom shoes so that he didn't get, like, tired of standing up all day. And he's like, those are actually comfortable. So I was happy with that. Let's see. If I didn't scroll up. Let's see. I'm going to have to look. We're going way back up. Printout ink. Long-eared Batman. Nothing by Gaslight. Well, damn. I'm looking for somebody here, and I can't find it. And now I feel bad because I scrolled up. Is it not posting my link? Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe it's, for some reason, maybe it's going to spam? I don't know. It makes no sense. It didn't post the link, though, so that sucks. No link. All right, yeah, I'll take it on Instagram because I'll check something out. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I could show. Oh, what I didn't show. What else is happening with Storm Collectibles? This guy, look at that. Doomsday from Injustice. Looks sweet, in my opinion. I don't know what's going on with this Injustice series because they've showed 4 figures now, and we've seen a couple of them several times already, but no idea when any of these are going to release. There's also Bane, which looks amazing. There's also Darkseid, and there's also Lobo, which looked really good. But, yeah, no idea when that's coming out. What are you gonna do? Storm and their weird release schedule. I do know that Mortal Kombat, they got Scorpion coming out, and Baraka, or not Baraka, he should be out like any minute. Scorpion and Cyrax coming out in October, and it's the trilogy Scorpion, so it's the ninja costume from MK Trilogy. Looks really cool. I dig it. I might sell my DCUC Lobo once Storms is available. Yeah, I'm actually. I mean, right now I'm selling a bunch of Street Fighter figures on eBay. There's people bidding on them, which is nice. The soda ones I'm talking about, because they got the what do you call it? The Storm ones just look awesome. So I sold my Sagat already. People have bid on Vega and Bison. I think people bid on Balrog too, if I'm not mistaken. Blanca's the only one that nobody's bidding on yet. Maybe it's because it's the variant colors. Like, nobody wants the blue Blanca, especially after the Figure Arts one just came out. So, I don't know. Storm Collectibles is taking my bank account with that dark side. God, yeah. It looks freaking awesome. I love the Bane, personally. I think that looks awesome. Let's see. Action Figure Corner. I tell the story of an actor's life so they could have played all their characters. Keaton's descent from Batman to Vulture could be interesting. Could be, yeah. Bash says, GameStop screwed me. Apparently you had to pre-order that Ghostbusters Transformers Ectotron to get your hands anywhere near one. I wasn't aware you had to pre-order toys there. Guess they hate money. I didn't know that you actually had to do that. I thought they were getting a limited supply of the con exclusives, because I know Think Geek, they get them. It's 6 months after the fact, but when I was in there one day, they just had Smoke from Mortal Kombat just on the shelf, and that was a New York Comic Con thing last year. So I thought they just got them. I would say if you got GameStops that sell collectibles around you, just give it some time, but check in every now and then, and you might just actually find it. Where's my Storm Thanos? Damn it, the World Hero Storm I'm excited for, but. Oh, where's my Thanos? I don't know that they can do Marvel characters. I'm trying to think. There must be some workaround that they can license out to get a Marvel figures there. They fucking killed it with Bane and Doomsday. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Storm's King of Fighters line, it looks good. I just don't know anything about King of Fighters. It's not a game I ever really played. They hate my money. None had any in stock other than pre-orders. In that case, yeah, I would say wait it out for a little while. Hopefully, in a couple of months, they start showing up. Because like I said, when I saw the Mortal Kombat figure, it was already 6 months after New York Comic Con had already been and gone. So they might still show up. Maybe. I wonder if Storm's going to do a Batman fig. That's another thing. Why we haven't seen any of the heroes from Injustice. They've just been showing all the villains. But you would think maybe they try and lead the line, leave the line out strong with a Superman, a Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, all the main characters. But hey, whatever. Stephen Watson says, a GameStop employee told me I could pre-order figures, they hold figures for you and something. That's true. I've had pretty good luck. Not pre-ordering figures necessarily, except actually no, because I pre-ordered my Ninja Turtles, my movie ones, and they did that. The thing is, though, if you pre-order something there, and it's a specific thing like that, they only get enough to fill your pre-order. So, if you don't pick it up and somebody else gets it, they're not just going to get more. You have to get it. So, I don't know if that's something that's possible. I don't know. Certain things I know they do get again down the line. I was just saying with those Mortal Kombat figures. But, yeah, I don't know. Even so, Darkseid and Bane. I'd like to see Ares. That would be cool too. My thoughts on Conan the Barbarian in general. I like the movies, Schwarzenegger. I don't know much about the comics. There was a cartoon that was on before I went to school as a kid, and I didn't remember much about it. So I'm not very well versed, unfortunately. We'll take a couple more before we hit the road for the night. Let's see. CGP says, have I checked out No Limits Wrestling? No, I haven't. I haven't watched any wrestling in a sinful amount of time, I don't think. If GameStop gets pre-orders for the SDCC, NECA, and Ninja Turtle figures, I'm all in. They probably will. If I was a betting man, it'll be a little while, but like, I imagine you'll see Shredder and the Foot Soldiers and Splinter. Speaking of NECA, we'll talk about this. They showed so many cartoon Ninja Turtles at SDCC, like more 2-packs than I ever thought possible. Like, so you got Bebop and Rocksteady, you got Casey and April, you got Metalhead and Leatherhead, you've got a bunch of Foot Soldiers with like battle damage or like little hats or like very scene specific Foot Soldiers from the cartoon. They have they're re-releasing the Turtles in like different color schemes. So like the first ones that I'm looking at right there are like olive green. These will be more of like a brighter green, like just standard, I guess, regular green. They Yeah, they're going in on that line. And I don't know how hard I'm going to go in on the line, but they got my money, I think. Damn it. NECA's website during the pre-order thing was abysmal. That always is, though. SDCC, like, pre-orders, like, nobody can get in, and if you try and cash out, it just doesn't work. Oh, you want a Ghostbusters Transformer? Well, you didn't pre-order it, so we don't want your money here. That's the one thing that it makes very little sense to me. I don't get it. Kaimo Film says, my great uncle was a cover artist for Marvel. Oh, that's really cool. Most of his covers were Savage Sword of Conan, but he did some Fantastic Four and Silver Surfer. Nice. That's really awesome. Candarius Dupree Art says, speaking of turtles, those Batman versus TMNT figures look neat. Yeah, I really like the style of those, actually. Like, they're very reminiscent of the movie, which I still have yet to see. But I'm just like, do I really need all those figures? Like, that's another thing, too, because there are 2-packs. And I'm like, I would like the Turtles, but that's a more $50 2-packs, and I don't want to spend $200 just... Yeah, I don't know. So, I'm on the fence. If I sell some more Street Fighter figures, or if I sell like a couple Mezco figures or something, maybe. What's funny is the Dark Knight Returns Mezco Batman. I was looking at the regular one and the blue and yellow one, my slapping Batman. They're like $250 a piece on eBay right now. And I'm like, that's insane. And the Comic-Con Tiger Stripe Wolverine is like $220, $230, something like that, up all the way up to like $300 I've seen. And I'm like, it's insane. These Mezco collectors, man, they're out of control. One more. Did Conan versus the Barbarian ever happen on Nitro? I hope so. Or they should have been a tag team, if not. Okay, so 2 more. That one, I saw it and I really had to address that. Watch Batman versus TMNT over Batman Hush. Yeah, I've heard that. And I really enjoyed the Batman versus TMNT crossover comics too. So, yeah. All right, last one. Did I see the new SDCC photos of the Mezco 89 Batman? The photos don't make it look pretty. Yes, and I agree. I'm hoping it looks better when I actually see like more promotional images and stuff like that, because they still got time. Mezco, they're a company that likes to take their time too. Like that Darkseid figure took like a year and a half before it finally released, so they got time to touch up that Batman. I'm hopeful that they tweak it a little bit, because the costume looks pretty good, but just like, I don't know if it was the paint apps or if it was just under too bright a light. I don't know. All right. Once again, thanks for coming out. Maybe next week I'll have a little better pictures and we won't be cycling through all of them. And, yeah, so as you know, I've been Captain McKay. We'll see you right here next week. Same Vader time, same Captain channel. We will catch you on the next one.